D's and you're on Pat's Hall channel. I wanted to come. I did a video 2 days ago to be careful going into this market because everything that's going on. And as you can see today, the Dow dropped 800 points or 3%. So again, and if you look back at one of my June videos, I said caution. There's a lot going on. I think that politically that they are trying to kind of ruin the market. And what I'm doing is waiting for this to pop up a little bit better. Hold on, just popping out YouTube's chat here. Give me a second. There's 3 people watching. Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. But I want to talk about the market. If you the video. Hey Craig, how are you doing, buddy? I did a video 2 days ago talking about the market, and the market was down 800 points today, or 3%. And we're going to close that screen out. And I want to show you here. Okay. Hey, Dave, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us. Talking about the market and what it did. As you guys can see, the market was down 800 points today. Here, I want to show you this. What I do is now I'm on TradingView.com, and I can break down the different charts from a day. This is a daily chart. I could change this to a weekly chart. You can see here. I mean, we're getting down to probably 20, probably about another 100, 200 point drop. Yeah, and it might hit some support. We had a lot of sideways action here, as you guys can see, and then we broke out, and now, I mean, look, we're pulling back. But we started the year 2019. In this December, we had a correction, and then it went up. But we are in trouble, I think, for a while. I wouldn't put any new money in. Howdy. Hey, Dan, just talking about stocks and talking about the market. If you guys look back, I made a video 2 days ago. This might be, for some resellers that are following this page, this might be a little bit boring, but this is about the market. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Melissa, I'm going to make you a wrench here in this room also, since you do such a good job. So there you go. You are now a wrench for this room. I am showing you guys. Now, this is, I'll be honest, doing this is much harder than doing the streams when we're doing the reselling, because what I'm trying to do is show you charts. And you can see here some of the stocks that if you guys got any stocks, there's only a couple of you guys in here. If you got any stocks that you want me to feature, you actually pulled your money out of the market a couple of weeks ago. Smart move. I think there'll be opportunities to trade, but I'll show you a couple stocks that that I'm doing. And hold on. Now we'll go back to, we'll show you, even Disney. Here's Disney. That was up to 147.50, and now we're down to 132.50. And it's had already a 13-14% correction, but there's a large gap here to be filled. If you look back at January, Disney was only $97, so it went from basically 97 to 147. So it's very possible it could pull back down if things get really bad and ugly. Could pull back down to 117.69, which for sure would be a buy, in my opinion. Keep in mind, this is an educational. I am not a financial planner. This is I do trade stocks. This is a hi, Melissa. This is talking about another stock I do is Qualcomm. Now you can see January, that was in the $50 range, had spiked all the way up to 90 here back in May, but there's been some issues because of the China trade, and the reason it spiked up here was the agreement and the lawsuit that they settled with Apple. Now Qualcomm rolls out 5G. You could see it actually didn't have a bad day. It overall was only down 1.8% when the market was down 3%. Sometimes some of these stocks can be more volatile than the Dow, and as long as it didn't do more than 3%, which was the market average today. Now let's pull up Walgreens. See, when I do these enough, I know enough about them. Now look at this. I mean, this is why I like Walgreens. As far as back in January, it was in the $70 range, and now it's in the $50 range. It had dropped here back in April because they missed their earnings. But overall, now see, this stock was down 5% today. So that wasn't good because the market was down 3%. So it was actually down more than the market. Kohl's took a hit today because of Macy's coming out with their news. But this stock has pretty much been getting beat up all year. It was in the $68, $70 range and dropped out here, and now it's down to 40. I mean, it was down 11%, and that's because if you see here, Macy's huge earnings miss, our department stores dying. I don't think they're going out of business though. eBay, let's check eBay. eBay was basically right at where the market was, down 3%, and but eBay had a nice run. eBay was at 26. Ran to 42, and now is down about 40. They're spinning off StubHub, which I talked about the other day. As long as it kind of, really, it'll bottom is probably somewhere in this range here, $36, $37. Should stay in that range. What's going to happen is as these stocks come back up, you're going to get people saying, you know what? I think the market's done, and it's going to be hard to push the market really any higher just because of people now contemplating why they didn't sell it a couple days ago. Now, CBS just announced that they are merging with Viacom. I caught Nightbot cheating on me with JodyBot. Oh, okay. Yeah. Come see how Landshark Picker is doing. Hey, oh, thank you, Melissa. CBS is merged with Viacom finally. Summer Redstone family voted that I really see again. CBS was down 8%, which is more than the market. Back in, you could see it was at 41. Really had if you notice, it has these ranges. Gets up to 51, back down to 45, up to 53, back down to like 45-ish, 46 is back up. So we're kind of at the bottom of that range. And I think that, again, today it was just down because of the merger news with Viacom, and also now this is a daily chart. So let's pull this out on a weekly chart. A weekly chart is going to give us an idea really what the stock has done the last couple of years. If you look here back in 2018, it was up to 61. If you look back at 2017, it was up to 70. So really, as far as going back to 2017, 18, 19, it's really at a low, and I really think CBS is going to be fine as far as competing against Disney, Netflix, other broadcasts, and I also think they're going to do great just because of next year's election with advertisement and stuff like that. Now, there's another option that we can do here. We can pull out a 1-month chart, and this gives you a 1-month chart. We can go back. Look, I mean, since 2010, you could see the run here. I mean, at one time it was down to $4. And that's when, don't forget, the market, things had, there was a lot of panic here back in 2008. And then when things settled down in 2009, 2010, and then the bull market started back up again, it had a nice steady rise up to 68. The thing is with these stocks is knowing when to get in at the right time and knowing obviously when to get out. Buying at the high is never good. Especially, if you kind of see here, a lot of times, and I trade stocks on technical analysis. See how the stock here was basically at 67. When it hit that again, see how it dropped back down? Now you say, well, why didn't it keep on going? What happens is you have a lot of pressure that people that bought in here, when it goes back to there, it has the tendency that people feel they broke even and they sell and they get back out. Also, you get double the pressure because when it was here at 38, people who made money at 38 to 68 had an 80% return. They sold the stock. So you basically have two sellers up here. You have sellers that broke even, and you have sellers that bought in at a great low price here. And that's what causes then this is that selling pressure right here is what causes the stock to move back down. Now that's a monthly chart as far as long range here, but let's pull a 1 day. Again, I wouldn't be adding any new money. If you have a 401k, I would still be doing that. That's fine, but I wouldn't be adding any new money to the mix. Hey, Kimmy, thanks. This is Pat's Hee-Haw show. No, this is Pat's Haul. What I did was I spun this off to make a channel that would talk about health and wealth and really talk about. I really love trading the market, and I'm a former business owner, having employed 800 employees, and I really trade the market. And I actually trade my son's account. We're up 100% in the last 3 years. I've doubled his money for him, and I could show you guys you thought it was Pat's Hall, HALW. What would the L stand for? I'm not sure what the L would stand for. So this is what happens though. See, what happens is we're pulling up, but there's a lot of different charting software that you could use to do stock research. I use stockcharts.com too. Now I'm going to show you some support here. A lot of this stuff may seem a little boring, I'll be honest, but it's just to show you that you can go online what to look for. Now, there's a 50-day and a 200-day moving average. The 50-day average means that what the stock on average is trading in the last 50 days. So the 50-day moving average is 140.22. The 200-day moving average is what it is trading for the past 200 trading days. That average is 122.57. So most likely that should be the bottom for it, and it should show support. If you remember me earlier talking about the absolute bottom should be about 117.50, and that would be even this area at 122, 117 in that area would be a great to take a long-term position owning the stock. We own the stock. We've made money on it, and we're not getting out. Disney is not going out of business. If you look back in December when the market was down, it recovered, and people who sold out lost money. Hi, Michelle. Thank you guys for stopping in. I like to do these. Talk about money and stuff. And I'd really like to develop this a little bit more better in the long term by making some pre-recorded stuff. I basically made this up. I talked about this, the market dropping 2 days ago. And if you look back at my videos back in June, I warned about this potentially happening. But I think everybody should on their phone. Now I'm getting messages from people here, so I apologize for the multiple dings. Everybody should have a financial calculator on their phone. I want to give you an idea, a retirement planner, for example. Start early and save regularly. If a person would put $100 a month in at 7% and retire at 65, if a person started that at 25, just $100 a month, think about that. That's $1,200 a year. They would have $240,000 by the time they retire at 65. Now, if a person waits till they're 35, they only will have $113,000. So they have less than half of that. Now that's a 7% return, and this is called financial. Let me take this off here. This is called financial educator. And that shows you the charts if you start at different times in your life, what the money could be worth. Now, what I'm going to do in the future, I'll be honest, I'm going to do these spontaneous videos once in a while when the market is down big like this. I would wait for things to settle down if you're going to trade. But I plan to make some pre-recorded videos, talking about different aspects as far as money. Okay, stop sharing. Interest rates, credit cards, mortgages, and different things like that. That's really where a lot of my interest is in doing these type of things and stuff like that. So I like to actually, if you guys, you guys obviously know who Wade's is, Wade's Venture. He trades the market too. People who are doing successful realize that you can only sell so many things, and you can only make so much money. You have to make your money work for you. So they're doing other things, such as investing into real estate, investing into the stock market and stuff like that. Yeah, you're going to have these ups and downs of these things. If somebody dropped $10,000 in yesterday, well, they're not too happy now because they could be down anywhere from 3 to 10% on those stock examples that I give. What's a 10% loss on a $10,000? That's $1,000. That a lot of times turns people off. But if you dollar cost average and invest a little bit of money in every month and over time, you'll be fine. Typically, even if we do go into a recession, typically recessions only last about 18 months. So, and I think this one could, for political reasons, it could maybe get a little hairy as far as what's going to happen. But overall, I think that the economy is going to be fine. There's always going to be businesses that will succeed and always businesses that will fail. As Amazon is succeeding, Sears is failing, for example. In our area, there was J.C. Penney's, there was Ames. There's many mom and pop bookstores. Where Netflix succeeded, Blockbuster and the movie gallery had to close up. So that's just part of the natural cycle of different businesses, and it happens. So I appreciate you guys watching. There's only a couple people. Again, I need more practice doing these types, and maybe these aren't the types where you kind of do much chatting on the side. It's more of a pre-recorded, because then I can upload charts and do different things. The problem with those type of videos, there's a lot of editing involved and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of come off and do this. I do appreciate everyone who is watching. If you guys could give me a thumbs up just for the effort, to do this, I appreciate it. How does the screen look a little blurry? Yeah, actually it does. Yeah, I did see that. Wade put out another video. I don't know if the screen. What I'm noticing is that the screen looks a little blurry on the YouTube end, so I don't know what the issue is there. But I'm gonna turn off the camera and restart it and just see how it looks. There was always that delay too, so you kind of don't know. Yeah, Big Red must be gaming. Yeah, he just got home from college, so I don't know. But I did notice earlier when I stopped in on Joy's channel, Be the Difference Clothing, that was happening also. So, yeah, JC Penney's in trouble. That stock is basically under $1, and yeah, there's a lot of retailers that eventually are going to close up. So, I guess that's just part of the cycle. I think, to be honest, we have probably too many retail places out there, that too many restaurants, too many stores. There's only so many places that you can. So it is okay. Yeah, Melissa is saying it's blurry. I don't know, and I checked the settings. I don't know why it's doing that. Because in the StreamYard, the back end is very clear, but I noticed it's very clear. So, but going through, it's blurry. So, but hey guys, that's going to be it. We're at 19-20 minutes. It's just basically a little news update on the stock market, and retouching on my video I made 2 days ago. I appreciate you guys' support. Please hit the thumbs up, and if anyone who's watching the replay, just comment down below if certain stocks you want to. I apologize if it was blurry. There's not much I can do. It is really blurry. It's terrible, I'll be honest. But have a great night, and take care. Bye-bye. Damn, is that blurry?